Like thank the Coast Guard team. I was with Admiral Schultz Friday night in Seattle as part of the recognition of the enlisted and enlisted reserve folks of the year, and we've got two great candidates for the national competition. And if I was voting, I'd vote for them. But it was just really impressed with the enlisted, active enlisted reserve folks and the stories that they brought to everybody, and we should be really proud of the enlisted folks in the reserve and the active duty components of the Coast Guard. Second, I want to echo your comments on Icebreaker, the Polar Security Cutter. At this point, I don't care what you call it. I've been at it for 18 years, and it's going to get built, and we're very happy about that. And I want to echo Mr. Gibbs' comments about timing and notification to us. We want to watch this closely. Admiral Busby, with regards to MARAD and the small shipyard grants, certainly want to see those continue. Last year, the committee enacted legislation requiring MARAD to post a notice of funding within 15 days of Congress appropriating funding for the program. In the first year of the new law, MARAD already missed the deadline, which was last Saturday, March 2nd. And I'm wondering when the notice of opportunity will be posted.
It's out, sir.
It is out? Yes, excellent. When was it out?
It was out the next day, I believe it was. We were just
maybe the 4th. Maybe not Sunday, but maybe the 4th.
It was, yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. And with respect to the 2020 budget, I know we're always reluctant to give us exact numbers. Will there be a number higher than 0 in the President's budget for small shipyard grants?
I can say, sir, that we strongly support the program. We like it a lot, and we know it gets great benefit to the shipyard community.
Just say it's going to be higher than 0. That's all I'm asking.
That's all I can say, sir.
Oh, got it. I understand. I'll take that as a positive. Admiral, I'm sorry, is it Nadeau or Nadeau? Nadeau, Admiral Nadeau. In the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, the safe transportation of crude oil is a priority. We've got 4 refineries in the Puget, 5 actually, in the Puget Sound, North Puget Sound area, and there's a major project across the border in Canada, in Burnaby, British Columbia, and last month the Canadian National Energy Board recommended approval for the Trans Mountain Pipeline Extension Project, otherwise we call it TMX or TMX. As a result, the number of vessels transporting crude out of that facility will go from about 1 per week to about 1 per day if it's finally approved, and those vessels will be coming south of the Salish Sea and then taking a hard right around Vancouver Island and then going out to the Strait of Juan de Fuca and then out to the Pacific, presumably on the Canadian side. But if there's oil spills, there's not a wall at the border in the water, and so the question really has to do with, from your perspective, about the available sources the Coast Guard has in the region and capacity both to respond to an oil spill as well as a planning taking place with your partners in the Canadian Coast Guard in the event of a final approval of TMX.
Sir, it is a little bit outside my wheelhouse, but I can speak in more general terms in that we do have a robust framework in place to address those risks and those threats, and that we require both the ship operator have plans in place and the support in place that they can call upon should they have an incident. The network, and I know we have a close working relationship with the Canadians, and our District 13 partners with them, and I think we actually have joint plans. So, and through again, the whole infrastructure that is the area committee and the regional committees that all work together to prepare and plan and make sure they're ready should we have the misfortune to experience that type of event.
Well, it's certainly a challenge to us because it's a project that's on the other side of the border, so we don't have a lot of regulatory tools to address those the issues that come with it, but we do have some because of our strong working relationship with the Canadians on a variety of issues, including the Coast Guard. So I think what I'd like to then follow up with you on or with the Coast Guard on is just to have you all come in, walk through those parts where you are cooperating with the Canadian Coast Guard, specifically on this project in terms of planning for it in the event that it's finally approved.
Yes, sir, we could arrange that.
Thank you very much. Yield back.